This is going to be different. There's a new book out, a new documentary out about one of the most controversial directors of the CIA, William Colby. You all know that name. The man nobody knew. It traces the life of one of America's most notorious spies, if you will, examining both the private life and the service of the man who ultimately took the fall for revealing some of the CIA's most controversial practices like assassination plots and the secret surveillance of American citizens. Here's the trailer, the preview for the documentary.
William Colby has been missing since April 27th. His canoe was found washed up on the banks of the Wicomico River.
My father was a soldier. He jumped out of airplanes. People would turn to me and say, you know, your dad was a murderer. My immediate reaction used to be, you don't know what you're talking about. And then I'd find myself thinking, was he? Who was he really?
The CIA and its director was always caught between doing the wish of the president and the law. And when the president said, do this, do that, the law got set aside.
My father lived in a world of secrets, always watching, listening, his eye on the door. By the time I turned 30, I came to understand the man that nobody knew. Or at least I thought I did.
Joining me now is Carl Colby, the son of William Colby, and the Emmy Award-winning filmmaker of The Man Nobody Knew. Carl, thanks for coming on. It's unusual territory for us, but spying,
right,
courageous, patriotic service to your country with no credit.
Right.
Get no credit for it. If you're caught, you're hanged.
Right.
Explain that. Why is a spy good for your country, but the other country has the right to hang him in the most ignominious way? Because I think that gets to the heart of our mixed feelings about spies.
And also, are Americans any good at it? I mean, Americans are an open society. We try to, we profess openness and freedom, and we want a free exchange of ideas. And here you're really training people to ask others to betray their country.
But who's one of the most famous Americans ever? Nathan Hale.
Right. My father put a statue of Nathan Hale up at CIA, and what happened to Nathan Hale? He was captured and hanged.
Right.
21.
Yeah.
But that's the sacrifice. And there are people, men and women, leaving tonight, lifting off for Somalia, Yemen, probably going into who knows where. Algeria, certainly Egypt. And
what's your sense of your father's limits? Was he willing to overthrow a left-wing government?
I think he was willing to do that, and he just...
Did we overthrow the Allende government?
Well, that's what caused a big controversy between him and Helms. Helms said, I had nothing to do with it, and then my father had to come in and tell the Congress, yes, he did.
And just recently we learned that Allende did commit suicide based on the evidence, but we overthrew him.
Yeah. Now, he wouldn't be behind plots like that.
Let's go through the list. Guatemala.
Right.
Iran.
Right.
We did all this. We put the Shah in that bum. We put him in there, right? We overthrew a democratic government and began this whole cycle of hell over there against us.
I think we were reacting in the Cold War to the Soviet beast, and even in the 70s, think about it, 30,000 Cuban troops in Angola. The Caribbean in flames, everything really destabilizing in Latin America. We were not popular. We just lost the first war in our history. So they play a very dangerous game. I mean, spying is necessary. Because people have been doing it. It's the second oldest profession.
I know. Well, look at what we've done. We got rid of the Shah. We overthrew the Arbenz government in Guatemala.
Right.
We tried to overthrow Castro with the Bay of Pigs.
Yeah.
We probably killed Patrice Lumumba. Who knows? Right? We are laughing, but we did this.
No, but Nate,
how much dirt? How much hell did we just, in the interest of defeating the communists? How far were we willing to go?
Well, I think the operable question is we. People blame the CIA, but it's the president who makes these orders. I mean, JFK, RFK, they were deep in. RFK was meeting
Mongoose.
Well, you know that.
I know it all.
You know the book.
I know a lot of it. It's coming out soon.
Yeah, meeting in the Everglades, third level. I mean, really down and dirty with the guys who are going to do this. So you kind of have to look at the president. What's he about?
Right now, what's your estimates? What's going over in Langley over here in Virginia? Do we still knock off people?
I wouldn't say we're knocking off Taliban, and we're certainly knocking off Al-Qaeda. And the question is, my dad would probably ask, why are you knocking him off? Maybe it's better, certainly the senior guy, but you don't want to get the mid-level guy. It'd be better than knocking him off. It'd be better to capture him, interrogate him, and maybe best, turn him.
Amazing figure. When he was lost in the lake out there, I was still amazed at what happened.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl. I'm going to go see it. See it. It's a great document. It's getting awards right now. The film opens tonight here in Washington. It's already sold out. You can log on to firstrunfeatures.com to find out other cities where the film is playing. You got to go see this movie. It's great. The man nobody knew, including you didn't know him that well. When we return, let me finish Jack Kennedy, finish that story, what he was like and what made him tick. We're going to talk about that next week. You're watching Hardball on MSNBC.